The headline, I'm switching gears here. The headline is Tristan Jarry wasn't there when the Penguins needed him, which feels like a breakup post. That's from Josh Yohe of The Athletic. Kyle Dubas spoke to the media yesterday, took responsibility for the signing the contract. He said, it was the first couple of weeks that I was here.
I just got here.
And he said, these are the risks you take and you never want to make the wrong decision, but, or you try to make, I think the quote was, you try to make the least amount of bad decisions that you can. They asked, he did warn, and this is so Kyle Dubas, don't write the obituary yet, even though Josh Yohe did, because goalies can be streaky. And if Kyle Dubas, Pens fans, back me up on this one, allows Tristan Jarry to play for the Pens again.
They're an injury away from it happening.
And he's this is crazy. So there were, some articles done on this, but one thing that I think is interesting, and I'll give Frank Saravalli some credit here for coming up with this. He talked about some of the moves that that Dubas made, and I've been hammering this drum. July 1st, 2023. This is where it was bad.
Yeah.
It was already bad with Ron Hextall and Brian Burke. We acknowledge. He didn't walk into the best situation. But part of being a $7 million a year executive who names himself general manager is you have to then take responsibility for the moves that happened while you were there. And the Ryan Graves contract's interesting because it's 6 years, $4.5 million. Ryan Graves, in 31 games this year, has not registered a point.
What?
I didn't know that.
What? He doesn't have a single one?
Not one.
I know that's not necessarily his bag, but not one?
Not one.
Jeez.
He's 31 games played, 0 goals, 0 assists, -8. I just threw the plus minus in there because it was something other than 0.
Mm-hmm. A -8 is less than 0.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's just one. I'm cherry picking there. But, you're talking about a guy that is under tremendous fire. And Kyle Dubas has what amounts to a no-trade clause as an executive because he's making $7 million. He's in year 2 of a 7-year deal. So whether or not you're a fan of what Kyle did, you're stuck with him if you're Fenway Sports. Because if you fire him, the contracts are guaranteed in management. You still have to pay him. So he's going to be here. And a lot of Penguins fans...
Dubas knows that all too well.
Yeah. Now, Penguins
fans... You ever met Mike Babcock?
Are trying to give Dubas a little bit of slack. I've seen some of them try to give him a little slack where it's okay, but it was already messed up before he got here. Yeah, but that's why they hired him. And
yes.
And the July 1st, 2023, as I keep saying...
Isn't that the plight of every GM ever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I took over a perfect situation. Isn't that crazy?
It's so rare.
The only one that did was Stan Bowman in Chicago.
Stan Bowman, Julian Breezebaugh inherited a pretty good thing in Tampa.
But it's rare.
It's rare.
And so, and again, it's not that I don't think Kyle can do this, but I have to question, I think you'd be wrong not to question the reasons why he made some of the trades that he made. You even look at the Erik Karlsson trade.
I had one in mind.
What do you got?
Well, okay, if I have 5 goals in 31 games, are things going well for me as a forward?
No.
Okay, what if I told you that was in the minors?
Still not good.
What if I told you that's Rutger McGroarty? Ooh. He's scoring at over half a point a game.
That's not what you want from the guy.
His assists are all right.
You traded Yager for him, though.
He's 20. Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know what's else? Hey, do you remember what was in the Erik Karlsson trade? Jesse, do you remember?
Oh, you know what? Michael Granlund.
And Michael Granlund with the San Jose Sharks has 37 points in 45 games.
He was not a great Penguin. That should be pointed out. Penguins fans were like, yes, get him out of town.
Okay, but if you're going to be the guy that says, well, listen, don't write the obituary on the player.
Right. Yeah, you've already written several.
You didn't need to do the Erik Karlsson deal if you're Dubas. You didn't. You really, really didn't. It was, you had Letang. You didn't need Karlsson. There were cheaper options if you needed a backup for Letang. But Kyle loves Erik Karlsson. He's a Sens fan. Who doesn't? And he saw Erik Karlsson at his best with the Ottawa Senators, he was the greatest defenseman in the league at the time. Like, amazing. Coming off a 100-point season with the Sharks, but still a 100-point season in a Norris Trophy. You didn't need to do this.
Damn.
You didn't need to do Jari. You didn't need to do Graves. But Kyle has this thing where I need to spend to the cap before we even hit the ice in preseason. And then it locked him into this team, which didn't make the playoffs, which seemed unfathomable going into the 23-24 season. They don't make the playoffs. And then at the end of 24, they can't make any moves. They can't make any moves.
The Penguin, there are some teams who can do no right and some teams who can do no wrong and some teams who suck up an unusual amount of oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
The Penguins fall into that third one.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever they're doing well, it's just what we expect of, not even the Penguins, just the team Sidney Crosby plays for.
Mm-hmm.
But every time they lose a few games or they go through a rough stretch, or something like the Jari thing happens, which usually coincides with a tough stretch, we talk about them from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They used to wear powder blue jerseys and blah, 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 and they got their expansion team in the 70s or whenever it was.
Yep.
72
or something.
To pull a Kyle Dubas classic out, we always have to do a referendum on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay,
whenever they go through a rough stretch.
Let me give you this.
Yeah.
This isn't a referendum on the Penguins. This is a referendum on Dubas.
Fair.
I'm going to name some players for you. Tell me what they have in common.
Got it.
Hurdle.
Thomas Hurdle.
Hannafin. Henrique. Monahan.
Oh, you're on a run of H's.
Elias Lindholm. Sean Walker.
Oh. No, Lindholm has an H in it.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Sean Walker. How is Sean spelled?
Thomas Hall.
Adam, answer the question.
Thomas Hurdle. Noah Hannafin. Adam Henrique. Sean Monahan. Elias Lindholm. Sean Walker. What do they have in common?
All dudes who were traded, I want to say last year.
Right. During the trade deadline last year.
Yeah.
Also interesting, all of those players fetched first-round picks.
Okay.
Jake Gensel did not. Jake Gensel, who was, I believe, the biggest free agent deal July 1st.
$9.5 million.
What was the trade?
The trade was, let's look at the Jake. I think it was Michael Bunting.
They did get Michael Bunting. They got a roster player.
Let me just pull it up so I make sure I have it right. Gensel to the Hurricanes. Thursday for Bunting. Vasily Ponomarev and Vili Koivunen. And the rights to Cruz Lucius, which I remember that because it was what a name.
Lucius.
And a conditional first-round pick, which didn't end up being a first-round pick because he didn't re-sign there, and a conditional fifth-round pick.
Oh.
Carolina also got Ty Smith.
So that's a lot of the Penguins needed to restock their cupboard.
Yeah, and none of those guys, by the way, were listed in the top 5 in the Carolina's pipeline.
Oh, from Scott Wheeler. Oh, Kyle. Yeah. Even though you got some prospects there, you have to get a first-round pick, an unused first-round pick, because I don't know if any of those prospects are first.
Michael Bunting has 25 points in 44 games this year.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
It's not.
It's not great. He had a bad start, but he's been better lately.
He did have a bad start. He was so friggin' good when he got there.
Yep.
He might have had as many points as Gensel.
Yep.
After the trade. Oh, man. I mean, listen, I want the Penguins to always be in contention because of their responsibility to the sport, to the history of the game, with Crosby and Malkin and throw Letang in there. Where are they going? Where are they going?
That's not even my question, guys. My question is how much longer? Sid, Gino, Letang, how much longer?
Oh, those guys. I thought you were going to say
Dubas.
how much
No,
longer-
I already told you Dubas is a no move.
Yeah,
He's going to be there.
He's got to pick a direction first.
Well, you got to listen. This is where the hard conversation happens because Sidney Crosby is dictating the direction. He wants to be a Penguin. He wants to win the Cup. Okay, you want to be a Penguin or you want to win the Cup. They are not together
They
any
will
longer.
always be compared to the Washington Capitals. The Capitals have found a way to preserve the end of Alex Ovechkin's career and they wrestled it from a situation that was going south fast.
No kidding.
It was going south fast, and I said from years ago that they were in a better spot because they drafted really well. They have young players. They have like generations of Capitals. You could be like, these are the old guys. These are the mid-tier. These are the young guys. The next guys coming up. They're in good shape right now. They might win a cup this year.
But
Penguins are just not even close.
Here's the problem, though. The Capitals were able to make changes. They weren't locked into a salary cap. They took a risk on Pierre-Luc Dubois, who's worked out pretty well. I think Dylan Strome has worked out amazing.
They've taken wild
swings. They got Jake Chikrin for nothing from the Senators. Yes. Nothing. They got Matt Roy on a good deal. They signed him. They took risks on goaltending. It's worked out.
Took a risk on Mangiapane as well.
But you know what else they were able to do?
What?
That Dubas has not been allowed to do. And this I put on Fenway Sports Management.
Get a save?
Get a coach.
Oh.
And they have a coach who's got a no-movement contract. $5.5 million from Mike Sullivan. I believe he's, if not the second highest paid coach in the NHL right now.
And I'm pretty sure Carberry would have been high on Dubas' list on account of I'm pretty sure he hired him in Toronto.
He did.
Yeah, man. I would love to offer some sort of easy solution with the Penguins. I wish they were able to offer their fans more than a week or two of light at a time.
How long, Jesse, do you allow Sidney Crosby to determine the future of the Pittsburgh Penguins? How much longer?
I don't know if he's doing that. I know that Sid just wants to win hockey games.
Yes, and he wants to say a pen. But the two can't happen together.
Well, I don't think Sidney Crosby looks at it like that. I think Sidney Crosby looks at it as long as I'm here, I'm going to try and win hockey games.
Does that not mean he is determining the outcome of the Penguins because you are yielding that to him? Do you not not sitting down with him and going, Sid, we really just don't have it anymore.
Sure, but
you got to revamp.
Kyle Dubas has the freedom to do what he pleases, and if he wanted to trade everybody off the roster and tank for the first overall pick, like he could do that regardless of if Sid approved it or not. So the management is clearly in agreement with Sidney Crosby that there's still potential there if they continue to try and push towards a playoff spot.
If this conversation is a thing, I think it's already come and gone.
Yeah,
I think it's already come and gone. Like that, you signed him. It's the ship sailed. He's here. He's staying there. He's staying there. I'm gonna believe that he's staying there until it is announced he's gone.
Okay,
which I don't think is ever gonna happen.
I agree. I'm just wondering how much longer are the Penguins going to be in purgatory?
2 years.
For when Crosby retires?
Yep.
That's bleak. That's really bleak. Is that a responsible way to manage a franchise, which, by the way, has stopped, from what I can understand, announcing how many people are at the games anymore?
I mean, Crosby drives the bus here, beginning, middle, end. But the way he came into the league is he got to play with legends who ushered him into the NHL on a alarmingly, shockingly, viscerally disgusting sad sack team. The 05-06 Penguins.
Yeah.
And the Penguins teams before that.
Bad.
They were bottom. They ended up getting Jordan Stahl, second overall, out of a season where they had a rookie score over 100 points. That's how shit they were. They were awful. But they laid the foundation for future success, and look at that. They won a cup. Crosby's fourth year in the league. Stanley Cup final is third. Mm-hmm. The rise of the Pittsburgh Penguins was breakneck speed. Maybe that's what happens here. Maybe Crosby wouldn't mind that. Maybe the Penguins just say screw it for a couple years.
Because Mario did it.
Hopefully you get a little bit of lottery luck.
Yeah.
and you usher the next generation in. Maybe it works out that way. Maybe you end up with a Porter Martone or a Michael Misa or a what was it, Schaefer?
Oh yeah, Schaefer looks good.
There's some real good players available. Like maybe you're able to get them. Maybe you're able to do that big swing. But in terms of contention, I don't know how you do that.